Welcome back to the Super Show. Zach Ewing, Trevor Horn with you as we roll through day 2. Got a few more to go here. Chad Brown of Centennial is in the house.
G-Hawk.
The second-year G-Hawk head coach. And, Chad, year 1, it didn't go according to plan and really wasn't your fault. I mean, it just seemed like every week you had another starter down because of injury and those sort of things. And I'm not trying to make an excuse for you, but that does take its toll. And you just told us you're already sort of banged up. And not that you're the only ones, but I guess that's just part of it, right?
It is, especially with the the league we play in. And last year I thought we hit our stride in the middle, had a couple quality wins, and then started to go downhill there at the end. And that's something we pushed for in the offseason is trying to finish healthier, finish stronger at the end of the year. And that was something that was lacking. And we've really been focusing in on that this offseason leading into this season right now. So we're hoping to get that done.
A 6-4 year last year, and then lost the playoff game to Central, and really kind of staggered down to the finish a little bit, just trying to get healthy bodies out there. And you had some other things going on last year too. Is the feeling in camp different? I asked George Falgot this question too at Taft just a minute ago. And as a second-year coach, you don't have to worry about which key unlocks which gate and which field is available at which time. I mean, you're more comfortable as far as the detail type things.
I mean, Centennial was very welcoming, and it was a nice transition. But it's always nice to be there from, I think all coaches say January, on to lead your program in the off season and go. And second year in a system is always nice too. It's more familiar for the players. They understand your language and what you're saying, and it's definitely been nice being there from January on and leading this group, getting ready for this season.
And, of course, the blessing in disguise when you do have a lot of injuries is the younger guys have to step up, and now they have more experience than maybe they would have otherwise. So you have some guys who have stepped into those roles, and I know Hunter Giulietti got a lot of carries last year, and he is kind of be the lead back this year, right?
He's one of them, that's for sure. He's going to also have to play a lot of defense. He's become a big defensive player for us. He was at linebacker last year and hadn't really played it before, and stepped in and actually got very, very good towards the end of the year. This year we've moved him to some strong safety because he's very athletic, can move, come down in the box for us. So we're going to rely on him on defense a lot. Running back wise, he's going to get his carries, but we also have Monte Robinson who came on strong at times for us during games and had injury problems, but he's had a good offseason in the weight room, put on some size, gotten stronger, and we're looking for great things from Monte too.
I think the game last year where everybody saw what Centennial could have been capable of was the Clovis game. And I know it was a 1-point loss, but you really had them on the ropes, and they were number 1 in the section for a long time last year. And I think one of the guys who really broke out in that game was Cole Beatty, and we've all learned to – and not he had good games before that too, but we all learned who he was that night and how good he could be. This year, he's the guy now, right? I mean, he's the star.
I would imagine most people know exactly who Cole Beatty is, and they'll be game planning for him. So it's our job to make sure we get him in spots where he can still touch the ball and be effective in the offense. But in the same breath, there's other guys that have to step up because we know people are going to be focused on Cole. We're looking for big things on other receivers. From Brady Banuelos had a good offseason for us, who was a junior last year on our team. A couple young guys coming up with Zach Hartsfield, even Dalton Grogan at a tight end for us. We're looking to make some plays to maybe take some pressure off of Cole.
You're talking about 3 big dudes, too.
Yeah.
Where Cole is, and it's funny, it's
That's the thing about Cole. He doesn't look like. He doesn't look the part necessarily until you get to see him play.
Well, what was funny about Cole was, it's a 3-year tradition. It just happened to be the first practice I went to when I got this job it happened to be Centennial, and it's Sneed's last year. And then I was like, you know what, I'll do it again. And then I was like, well, I got to keep the tradition going. And, I saw Cole at 6:15 on August 1st, and actually it was like 5:55 or whatever it was. And I think the first question he asked me was like, Trevor, you think teams are going to kick to me this year? And I looked at him and I put my hand on his shoulder. I said, nah, buddy. Nope, not going to happen, because that's the thing. And that you do have to have guys like Hartsfield and Brady and Hunter and all these other guys kind of step up, because defenses are going to get key on him. Offenses are going to, not throw to his side. And so you got to have other guys step up. So, I mean, it's a unique dynamic, really, as a head coach, because you got to tell these guys, yeah, Cole's the guy, but you're going to get a lot of touches because of that.
Yeah, and it should open up for other guys, but knowing Cole and the fierce competitor he is, he's going to want the ball, and he's going to get himself open, and then he's still going to contribute in a major way. in every facet of the game, offense, defense, special teams. We're going to find a way.
So you lose Cesar DeLeon at quarterback.
Yes.
Great quarterback, great kid. Love being around him. Will Alexander is the guy that's stepping up. Give us a little insight on who Will is.
Will was ended up being our JV starter last year, and did a great job for the JV team. They competed all throughout league and did a great job. He came out. We had a quarterback battle all the way from springtime on, maybe a little before that, trying to figure out who the guy was, and Will kind of rose to the top. And Will's extremely intelligent. He's picked up our offense very well, and we're hoping that with some of the reps we got in passing league tournaments and the passing league in town, and just being out in the practice field has gotten him some more confidence back in the pocket. And with the guys like Cole Beatty around him and some of the other guys we mentioned, that maybe should take some pressure off him. But we're looking for great things from Will, and just a real smart kid.
Defensively, and I think the conversation starts with Gabe Cherry. Speaking of great kids, he's sort of the quiet giant, but man, what a player too.
Yeah, absolutely. You'd be hard pressed to find anyone say anything bad about Gabe Cherry after they've met him. He's a tremendous young man, and obviously a great competitor and a fantastic football player. He's going to be anchoring our D line, and he gets off the ball. He's mean. He's strong. He can get moved laterally quickly and just rake some havoc in the backfield. So we're hoping that's the case this year.
Now, base defense of 4-3 for you.
It was 3-4.
A 3-4. And now is he in the middle then, or is he the?
No, he's an edge rusher, and he's as good as they come, man.
But that can set the tone for your D too. I mean, obviously, if offenses have to worry about that guy, maybe they shift protections to that side and those sort of things, and boy, that helps everybody on your side.
Absolutely. I think you do have to focus on him as offensive coordinator, and that could help us as our defensive scheming of where we're going to bring pressure and who we're going to bring and things like that. It might open up some spots for some other players. Gabe's going to make his plays, but again, just like with Cole on that side of the ball, Gabe's going to make other people be able to make plays as well. So
absolutely. And who else? Maybe on the defensive side, we don't know now. We will in a few weeks.
I already mentioned Dalton Grogan on offense, but he's a returning Mike linebacker. He kind of with Parker last year ran the defense, and I'm looking for him to step up in a big way. Also, Isaac Brown, who played some defensive end for us this year, has stepped back and is playing some outside backer now and has made great strides in camp, and we're looking for great things from him, coming off the edge, playing in space. So we're looking for those guys to make plays. Defensively, a guy we've asked to move around a lot in the defensive backfield is Cole Anderson. He's playing corner, he's playing safety, he's doing it all. He's a senior leader. He's going to be all over the place. And one junior coming up that's impressed us is Zach Hernandez. He came up from the JV team. He's a kind of long, lanky, rangy defensive back, and he'll be around the ball all the time too.
Off camera, I took your coaches poll vote, which are anonymous for the SWYL. So I'm not going to give away the vote. But the point is, it's a difficult league to read this year in some ways. Liberty loses Jordan Love, who is an all-everything quarterback, and they lose their starting running back as well. And we know Bakersfield, boy, you just don't think they're going to be down for long. Frontier, Garza, Stockdale should be on the way up. You guys, if you have any luck at all, will be healthier than you were last year. I mean, it is a league that is just 6 teams deep, and you just cannot. We say this every year, but it seems like one team is sort of sunk to the bottom every year. I don't know that I see that coming this year unless somebody gets a rash of injuries.
With this league, it's such a battle. It really is this week. Each week, it's going to be a test for each team. And like you said, I think every team each week has a chance to win that game if the right things happen. And it's going to be interesting who's going to be on top when the dust all settles, because that's truly what's going to be, because it's going to be such a big battle every single week.
It's hard to imagine this is true, but it is that Centennial has not won a Valley title in its history. They've come close many times, 4 times I think in the championship game. But is that talked about at all? Do you care about that at all in this moment, or is that more for something when you do get to that mountain, you'll look back at what you climbed?
I think our guys talk about it, and that's always I think a dream of every high school football player that cares about it and coach. But I think with our preseason schedule and our league schedule, we've got to focus in and have that, that old saying, you got to go one game at a time, one battle at a time, and keep moving on and keep pressing forward and keeping focused. So I think that's the model we're going to take this year.
It's like every coach says that, I don't know where that comes. No, I'm just kidding.
You got to.
Yeah. Well, and you open with a real tough one in St. Bonnie down there on a Saturday, correct?
Saturday, correct.
So August the 27th, and that's it's going to set the tone for a lot of things. But I mean, I feel like that's a team where a Pac-5 team if you are competitive there, you can be competitive with anybody on your schedule. Is that how you feel?
Absolutely. That's a. I think Max Specs having ranked 30th in the state of California right now. That's a great program, a powerful program every year. Our kids are excited. It's a chance for us to, show everyone what we have and go out there and put our best foot forward. So that could set the tone for the rest of our season. And, that's what we've been working on all summer, getting ready for. All off season is that game. Yep. And if our kids can't get excited to go play St. Bonaventure, I don't know who they get excited to go play. So.
And you follow it up with Clovis West on the road again. You get Golden Valley at home, then you're on the road again for Bullard, on the road again for Clovis. I mean, you didn't do yourself any favors here.
No, it's a pretty brutal preseason schedule, but our guys aren't going to back down from a challenge, and that's what we coach them like, and that's what we like about them is that they're ready for the challenge. And we did most of our damage on the road last year, so we're comfortable being on the road, and we're going to go play football. Yeah,
that's the attitude you have to have with it, and if you can get through that schedule somewhat unscathed, you go into league feeling like you could win the league. I mean, if against that non-league schedule, if you're competitive there, you'll be competitive anywhere.
I believe that too. It's absolutely correct. It's a quality non-league schedule. Those are some good opponents. Obviously, preseason rankings don't mean much because they always change when you go, but right. All of them are very, very highly ranked. Very good teams, very good coaches, and if we come out with quality games and wins against some of those opponents, I think we'll be, we'll set ourselves up well for our attitude going into the league.
Chad Brown of Centennial, boy, we hope you'll be healthier. We think you'll be healthier this year because how could you be less healthy? But we don't know. I mean, that's one of those things where you just get the luck of the draw and you knock on wood. But we do appreciate you joining us, and we think there are big things in store for the Golden Hawks this year.
All right. Thanks, guys.
And Chad Brown.
Appreciate it.
We'll be right back. Darren Carr of Bakersfield Christian is in the house next on BVarsity Live.